Hi, I'm Rob with Salsify. I'm back at the whiteboard, and I'm here with a little bit of a gripe today, and that is that the quality of data online for grocery is terrible in general. The Public Health Nutrition Association did a study where they found that only 36.5% of the required information, nutrition panel facts, ingredient lists, common food allergies, was found present, conspicuous, and legible online. That's terrible. We should be embarrassed by this. In 2021, that lack of data caused all kinds of problems that hurt the bottom line of grocers and grocery suppliers. 47% of FDA recalls were due to undeclared allergies. 24% of USDA recalls also due to undeclared allergies. I have a daughter who's allergic to tree nuts. And for me, this makes me angry. This is a basic thing. It impacts people's safety. This shouldn't be that hard. Why is it so hard to get safety information from a manufacturer onto a grocery site? That's my gripe. Even if you go beyond the safety stuff, you look at product detail pages, it's not hard to find product detail pages that look like this. This is coconut milk. Image not available. Product details. Blue, green, white, or black, right? 2 mist modes. Auto shut off. I'm really glad that coconut milk has an auto shut off feature. You just hate it when you open the coconut milk and it just keeps going on and there's, nothing you can do about it. It shuts off automatically. Fantastic. I mean, it's not hard to find examples like this online. You click around. That's why only a third of products have even the basic safety information and nutritional information set up appropriately. And you ask, why is this? This stuff is necessary for commerce, you would think. So I would want to propose here, there are 3 principles of good product content for the digital shelf. 1, it's got to be correct and validated. I mean, that should be table stakes. We shouldn't be in this situation in 2023, right? 2nd, it should support sales. You shouldn't have auto shut off as a feature for your coconut milk. I mean, look, if I'm incorrect about that and it's actually a feature of coconut milk, just write me in and let me know. I'm dying to know exactly what that would be. But, you should actually have information that is supporting sales, that helps drive search, that helps drive conversion, right? And I think that the information's got to be freely exchanged and updatable. The reason this is important is sometimes the formulation of a product that you consume changes a little bit. In large CPG manufacturers, it can change a little bit every single year. And you want the ability of the manufacturer to submit the updated information to the retailers and get that in front of the consumers at the time the new product's available. Not a month later, not 2 months later. You don't want there to be a delay. You want the information to be there, right? And in particular, if you're supporting sales, you want information that are on these retail sites to be consistent with overall brand campaigns that you're running across all channels. So those are my 3 key principles for product content. And the reason that we're in such a mess today, in part, is because the data flows that grocers use to onboard product data are from a previous era. They haven't been fully updated for the digital shelf. They're mostly about supply chain information or basic marketing copy to support circulars, but they're not about populating a product detail page with a full array of accurate, up-to-date digital information. So you see things like GDSN. I'm a fan of GDSN, although I've got a few criticisms on what can make it better for the digital shelf. That's in another At the Whiteboard video. You've got third-party subscription catalogs. This is basically a way to just try to make the problem go away. I'm just gonna buy catalog data from someone who pretends to have all the data. And that's what they're doing today, and it obviously doesn't work. You've got a lot of manual effort for a lot of grocers still, where the sales rep at a brand is keying in data in a spreadsheet and emailing it over. That's not a recipe for success. You've got a lack of direct connections. In fact, there are vanishingly few grocers that allow a manufacturer to publish up-to-date complete content directly to the retailer systems. There's only a couple. It's like the Amazon, Walmart, Target, Kroger. There aren't that many once you go beyond that list that are fully direct. And then my least favorite of all, you've got these walled gardens. These are the ones where the brand has no control of how their content is actually seen on the product detail pages of grocers. The whole problem has been outsourced to a third party that both sides have to pay money to, and they've both kind of taken their hands off the wheel and given up control on the content that goes through, and paid a price for it, right? And obviously that's not working, because you look at the content that's on these sites and it's incomplete, it's inaccurate, it's not supporting sales. So that's why we and some industry partners are trying to create an open catalog. This is a catalog that will create a baseline of content, not every single bit of data you'd ever want, but a solid baseline of content to get the product detail pages up and running so that you've got complete and accurate information. The data in Open Catalog is supplied directly from the manufacturers and is updated by the manufacturers and can be pulled at any time by any recipient. It is free for downstream recipients, any retailer or data pool or anybody to use. And this is our attempt to make data flows free, easy, and widely scalable. Today, there's over 4,000 brands publishing. There's 135,000 SKUs. Actually, it's closer to 150,000 at the time of this recording today at the Open Catalog. It's growing that quickly. There's 171 recipients that are pulling content from the Open Catalog and growing. And it's strongest right now in grocery, alcohol, and pet care. That's where most of the 150-ish thousand SKUs are going to be. So this is a work in progress, but it's already being used in the industry, and we hope that broad adoption will help address the data failures that I was talking about today. So please join. You can find more. Just search for Open Catalog. You'll discover more information, and I hope you sign up. So thank you so much.